Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been sneaking round my back stairs. Hey there friends, what's going on? David Potts here with another Patreon-only video. I am working on a lesson for Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot. It finally has sunk its claws into me. A lot of you have requested Gordon Lightfoot over the years, and this is the one I'm running with. There's a few other of his songs I want to get to. Before we get into it, I do have a Patreon PDF you can download. It's attached to this post, right? This is a chord guide for the song Sundown. So we're looking at the song Sundown. It uses some wonderfully unique voicings for the E5, E major, E7, whatever you want to call it, chords, as well as the B, an interesting B voicing. You can download this. It doesn't teach you the full song. It doesn't have the lyrics. I want to avoid the copyright stuff for this one. I will make a separate lesson for this. That's coming. That's coming in the next week or so. But in the meantime, I want to give you this because these chords are tricky, and I've watched lots of videos of Gordon playing it, lots of other lessons to see how other teachers teach it, and I want to sort of give you the overall lay of the land. I can show you how Gordon plays it. It's a lot trickier. I'll show you how to position your fingers, but I'll also show you the simpler way to play it. Those same chords, you can pull the song off. It'll sound fine. It's a little bit more watered down compared to what Gordon captures with his distinctive sound, but it lets you play the song. And that's really the important part, is being able to sort of feel the joy of playing the song. You can do it using the easy version of E or E7 or B7. That's totally cool. Now, if you want to level things up or you just want something to practice, I'm going to talk about this E5, this E7, the way Gordon plays the B, talk about all that stuff. And I'll talk about how he uses these in the intro, the verse, and the chorus. So this will sort of give you what you need to get started learning these chords. And then when my full lesson comes in about a week, you can sort of hit the ground running with that. But thanks for watching so far. Let's dive on into it with the close-up, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Let's go. All right, y'all, so the way I want to do this is sort of look at the three sections of the song, right? You have this intro where he's going from an E to an E7, and he's on them for a few measures each, right? This is all instrumental before the singing starts. That's the first part. Then I'm going to go to the verse, right, where he's on E for two measures, right? Sun, da, da, dee, da, da. Then he goes to B for one measure, then back to E. Okay, that's just a four measure verse. That's all it is. Then I'll talk about the chorus, right? Four measures again. E, sundown to A, then to D, then back to E. Okay, those are the only three progressions this entire song uses. So it's not much to really memorize there, not many chords you need. But let's get to the way that Gordon plays these chords. And then again, for each of these difficult chords, I'll show you the simpler way to do it if you just want to do a beginner strum version of the song. Okay, so first up, here's how Gordon plays it. I'm specifically looking at this E on the far left, right? This E7, and then this B. Those are the ones that he's using sort of alternative voicings for the A, and for the D, it looks like he's using the common voicings, right? I'll get into some nitpicky stuff you can do with the A if you want to get original, but let's look at the E and the E7 and the B. Okay, first up, the first thing I'll say is that this E is technically, it's an E5, and here's what I mean by that. This is a really important point to understand about this, and you can kind of hear this in the song. When we say E5, what we mean is it's almost like a power chord version of E, in that it's not major and it's not minor either, right? And what makes a chord major or minor? It's the third. You either have a third or a flat third in addition to the 1 and the 5. So the 1, the 3, the 5 is the major version of a chord, okay? And then the 1, the flat third, and the 5 is the minor version. So it's the third that makes all the difference if you want to be major or minor. But these chords, this version of E he's doing, it's all 1s and 5s. The 1 is E, okay? And the 5 is the fifth tone of the E scale, which is B. Okay? I have this chart here on my screen just to show you, you don't need to necessarily understand this, but if you understand that, hey, we're thinking in terms of intervals, and we're thinking in terms of the E major scale, and this is all just 1s and 5s, right? This version is all 1s and 5s. Another way to play the sort of E5 is up here. Open, 7, 9, 9, open, open. If you're relative to the capo is 0. So we're on open, 7, 9, 9, open, open. This is also 1s and 5s only. So this is another way to play E5. Hear how this chord doesn't sound major. This would be the major version. And this would be the minor version. Okay, this one's happy and bright. This one's sort of down and depressing and sad. But the E5 it's just sort of neutral, right? It's just like pillars with no decoration on them. I don't know a better way to explain it. But anyway, that's technically what's happening from a theory point of view. Now, how do you play this chord? This is what Gordon's playing. It's tricky. I'm going to explain it to you. So the main idea here is the 2nd fret on the 4th and 5th string. You want to bar it with your left index finger, right? But here's the thing, is you want to bend the finger up. And this might be something that might be tricky for you, so don't feel bad if you can't do this. But basically, when you're bending it up like that, it allows these thinnest 2 strings to ring out. Okay, because I'm bending it up. If I don't bend it up, what's going to happen is those thinnest strings are going to get muffled. Now, in addition to this 2nd fret notes you're barring here, you want to take your left hand. I use my pinky because it makes the switch to the B easier. I put my pinky on this 4th fret of the 3rd string, okay? And then you do that in combination with this, so it's open, 2nd, 2nd, 4th, open, open. That's what he's playing. Now, this is tricky. I'm on my 4th day of practice with this, so I'm a lot more used to it than I was. And the first day I was practicing this, it was a very awkward thing for me to do. So take your time with this. Download this chord sheet I have. Spend time with this. It doesn't come overnight necessarily. But this is your E. Now, here's the deal. We also want to get used to adding our left middle finger to this 3rd fret note on the 2nd string. And take it off again. On and off, right? This makes it an E7. This note is a D, right? It's just like if we were playing an E major and we put our pinky on that same note, okay? I have that written up here on the screen as well. You have your regular E, you can add your pinky to make it an E7, okay? But back to Gordon's versions here. We have this E5 or this E, and in the intro, he's basically on E for 4 measures, I think, and then he brings in E7 for, I think, 2 measures, and he kind of goes back to E. But it's a kind of a, you could be very loose and casual with this. It's very instrumental and free and just sort of setting the tonal stage before he starts singing. Okay? So that's basically what you're going to hear in the intro is this E and this E7. Now this E is going to continue to be used for the rest of the progressions I have the verse progression and the chorus progression. So we're going to need this E shape a lot if you want to play it like Gordon, and you don't need to, right? If the E shape's ever given you trouble, just go back to the E major. And if you want, you can sort of mimic what he's doing by muffling that 3rd string by either leaning your ring finger into it, right? 3rd string is not making a noise. And this chord is neither major or minor, if that's the case, right? You could do it like that, or you could just play an E major. He's singing this G sharp note, this major 3rd note, so I think it's safe to say it's an E major sound in his song. Overall, if you factor in his singing. But again, if you want to be like the master, sort of, this is what you want to do, okay? This is your E, this is your E7. Now let's move into the verse. Now the verse in this song is super short. Lyrically, he's singing like, I can see you lying back in a satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown. Now he's onto the chorus. Just that 2 lines is the verse. It's E2, 3, 4, E2, 3, 4 to B2, 3, 4 to E2, 3, 4. Now what's this B he's playing? I'll show you here. It's on the screen, of course. Basically, it's the 2nd fret, 4th fret, 4th fret on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. Now here's the deal. This is suggested to be a major chord, I think, just from context, right? You could play a B major if you want, right? 2nd, 4th, 4th, 4th. Or you could do, if you want to make it easy, just do a B7. I think this really changes the sound, though. It's easier in the sense that B7 is a more common version of this chord compared to this open version of B, right? B7, though, it's very major sounding because you have this 3rd and you have the 7th tone. They just, I don't know, it takes over the chord. So I suggest trying to learn this version. It's basically index, ring, pinky, 2nd, 4th, 4th, and then you just leave the thinnest 2 strings open. Now here's the cool thing, is if you're coming from the E, all you have to do is put your ring finger down on the 4th string, 4th fret, and then you just strum the thinnest 5 strings. This is my E, this is my B, this is my E, okay? You can go back and forth. This kind of hurts my hand to do it, so I almost go from this E, and then I sort of let go of everything, and then just kind of put my hand in this B power chord shape. Then I put the bar back down on my index finger. Watch how when I'm doing the E, I'm doing the bar with my index finger. And when I do the B, I release the bar, right? It just kind of makes it easier for my hand. So that's all. That's what you're gonna need for the verse of the song. Is just that E, and then the B, and then back to the E. But again, you could play it using just regular chords, using your E, your B7, and your B, right? Well, I see you lying there in a satin dress in the room where we do what we don't confess. Okay, so that's how you play the verse, whether you want to do it like Gordon or you want to do it just sort of using easy versions of the chords. Okay, now let's look at the chorus of this song. Again, the chorus is just using these 4 chords: E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4 to D, 2, 3, 4 to E, 2, 3, 4. That's the sort of simple version of it, right? Using the simple version of E. But Gordon's playing this E. Sundown, you better take care if you find I've been creeping round my back stairs. And now when he plays the A, he might be barring it like this on some of the older live videos he did. You can just play a regular A. You can bar it like that if you want. The sort of extra credit version of the A I like to do is do your E, right? And then move your finger, this bar, the 2nd fret, only up to the 4th string, and then keep your pinky on that 4th fret note. So you're doing open, 2nd, 4th, open, open. So you're keeping these 2 strings open, the thinnest 2 strings open. So you have your E, the A, then regular D, then back to E. One more time. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been sneaking round my back stairs. I have those 4 chords mapped out on the 2nd page of my PDF in one of the appendix things. I think Gordon might be doing that in one of his old 70s TV show things I was watching on YouTube. I don't know. It's just fun to do either way. A real quick detour here is check this out. This is one of my favorite things to do in the key of E, is leave these thinnest 2 strings open. For the E, for the A, do an A sus2. And then do this B we already learned. And then for your C sharp minor, same shape as the B, but moved up to 4-6-6, open, open. Okay, this creates this open version of your E and your C sharp minor and your B and your A, which is kind of just very flavorful. I use this in all kinds of stuff. Check out the description of this video. I'll have some links to other songs that do that. And again, I have these chords mapped out in my appendix as well. I really recommend just spending time. You can have so much fun, and this is really not that tough to do because these 2 fingers are just staying on the 2nd, the 3rd and 4th string, right? For your E, well, for the A and the B and the C sharp minor. Anyway, I don't want to get lost in these weeds, but that's something in the sheet music. Okay, now back to the chorus. So I already talked about we have the E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2. Oh, no, I'm singing the verse. Let me sing the chorus. So, sundown, you better take care if you find I've been creeping round your back stairs. I'm messing up the words. Easier way to play it is just regular E. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Okay, so it's that simple. And I know it's tricky. These Gordon chords are not easy, but spend time with them. It took me days to get to the point I'm at, and I still have trouble switching to this E quickly. I'm not used to switching to it. I don't have years of practice doing it, so it's kind of a very fumbly thing for me. But it's a fun thing to work on, right? Practice going from that E to that B, and then the chorus. groove on in that intro. Not like that. So you get the idea there. Here, I just want to explain this all to you because explain this to y'all because I spent a lot of time again looking online, watching all the YouTube videos that I could find, how other people teach this song, watching all the live performances I could of Gordon playing this. And at the end of the day, album version and most of his live versions, he has other musicians with him filling things in, right? So when you're doing a solo acoustic version, you know, by yourself, you kind of gotta like, what's the synthesized version of all these full band versions, and that's what I'm hoping to show to you. I'm trying to give you these building blocks, take them, build what you want. You can either go the Gordo route or just use regular E. You know, when I'm spending time with this song like I am the last few days, I'm in this sort of mindset of how Gordon plays it. I'm getting my lesson ready and all that stuff. So I'm sort of kind of fluent in this. But I guarantee if I'm to return to this song 3 years from now, not having played it in a while, I just want to be able to find a version, you know, be able to use the regular E, right? I do recommend get used to this B. This is the one thing I would recommend doing is this B is a really cool chord. I think it's a really sort of nice way to use a B voicing. Technically, it's like a B5 with a sus4. It's not really a major or minor chord, just like the E, but still, it's a fun one to play. You can sub it in for many Bs and many songs. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, y'all. Again, this sheet, this chord, this sort of diagram, it's just the chords, no lyrics, no melody stuff, nothing. I want to avoid all copyright stuff. So this is just teaching you these chords. These chords, again, you could use these in any songs that have E's and B's and A's. So this isn't really unique for this song, but it will help you with Sundown. Okay, and on page 2, I have a bunch of appendix stuff if you want to sort of see just some other ways you can use these chords. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm going to leave you to it and check out my full lesson for Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot. It's a great song, and if you have any other suggestions for Gordon Lightfoot lessons, let me know. I have a few others I know I want to do, but I'd love to hear what you're interested in as well. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my friends.